We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Hello, and welcome to Powers on Payroll here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'll be your GM for the day, Jason, and with me as usual will be Marigold as the Boogeyman,
Thank you for joining us.
Curtis as the Influencer,
Hola.
Taylor as Skater Boy,
Howdy, howdy.
and later in the day we should have Mike as Whippet. Alright, who remembers where we left off last time?
We were just discussing that.
Whippet and Glowstick had uncovered what's probably the secret mad scientist base we were looking for. Whippet and Boogeyman and Influencer busted a zoo gang, I believe, drug and gun smuggling operation.
Mm-hmm.
And Skater Boy and Tomcat, I don't believe they found anything, but Tomcat did learn a whole lot about Skater Boy's life story.
Yes.
Just so much about it.
While skateboarding.
Yes, while skateboarding.
Yep, that sounds pretty much it. Let's see. When Glowstick and Whippet got in there, they were discovered by Majestic 5, I believe it was, the stealth one. Let's see. The Rook showed up, chastised them for using the very obvious elevator cargo lift thing. I want to say Skater Boy and Tomcat had shown up. Actually, I think all of y'all had made it there. And Mr. Manhattan and Majestic 7 were incoming. Because they had also gone to check one location that turned out to be nothing. Glowstick, I think, had been knocked out.
Fairly rapidly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was just a bad roll of the dice for her and a good roll for Majestic 5. So that is where we are picking up. I have already got initiative orders over here. So I'll have to add 7 in Manhattan when they show up. Alright, so top of the order is Skater Boy.
I will go ahead, and if I haven't already, toss down the Spray on Knee Pads Party Edition.
Okay. You had used it earlier on just you and Tomcat, I think, when you were exploring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I reset my stamina. I need to put it back to 5. Because we are...
In media res.
had time to reset.
Who all can I get with that in a way that's not... This is presumably not a huge room we're fighting in, but...
Oh no, you're in like a subway station
okay.
area. It's like
Never
a
mind.
an older, smaller one than like New York's big ones or anything. But no, it's a sizable open area. They've got prefab buildings over to one side, or prefab rooms kind of thing.
Well, I'll toss it to Burst on Glowstick and Whippet at least.
Okay.
And anyone else who's in that general vicinity, but
Yeah, so yeah, if you throw it down there, it would get. Let's see, Whippet was fighting Majestic 5. Glowstick was knocked out behind her, and the Rook was checking on Glowstick. So yeah, those 3 you could for sure get with one.
yeah, I'll just get the family.
Okay. All right. Then it is Tomcat. Well, with only one visible enemy at the moment. I suppose Hill will just spring over and take a swing. Yeah, he doesn't actually have claws. Okay. Didn't think so, but wanted to check. So he's going to try to hit her. She's going to try to dodge. He got a 13 and she got an 8. And I think she'd already been hit once or twice. I have numbers written on my notes, but didn't label what the numbers were. Let's see. Her damage was a 6 initially. I think she's been hit once, so that would have dropped her resistance to 5, and then Tomcat would have dropped it to 4. All right. So he lands a good lick on her, but her armor takes it. Let's see. She's not here. He's not anywhere you can see him. Those two aren't here yet. Boogeyman.
Yes, sir.
You're up.
All right. Who's still standing that opposes us?
Majestic 5.
Okay, just Majestic 5. I'm sorry. Things happened over here. Everything's fine. All right. I am going to take a swing at Majestic 5's head.
All right. Let's see, that'd be her prowess. All right,
Oof,
you got a
great.
7. She got a 7. So glancing blow off her head. You do what? 6 points usually.
Yes, sir.
So half would be 3. Not gonna get through her armor, but it does reduce her armor. I thought your hero was supposed to fight fair. It's like 6-on-1. What are you doing?
The fair fight's a fight you die in. And I plan to grow old and pass away.
You are in the wrong business then.
Probably.
Now, on the plus side, if you pass away, there's about a 50-50 chance you'll come back. So there's that at least.
Like, I'm pretty old, and I've been like a hero.
Yeah, but you were retired for a long time. Now that you feel old, you've come back for one more bite of glory. Or one more bite at the apple of glory. Or something like that. Yeah, the professor was talking about it.
Like, just word of advice, don't, like, bite random apples on tables. Sometimes, like, 3 goddesses are, like, in a fight about it, and then they get really mad that you took a bite of it.
Huh. I'll remember that. My worst experience was, as a kid, biting a wax apple on a table one time.
I hadn't thought about it, but bad news for Skater Boy is the trope is that he does not live to see the end of the season.
All right, then it's Whippet. What do y'all think Whippet would do?
Go for the eyes, Whippet.
Go for the eyes.
That or try to yank her off balance.
If that's not on Mike's character sheet as, as a generated role, it needs to be.
Actually, I'm looking. Oh man, Matt got a lot of generated rolls for her. But now there's a bunch of y'all here. I think Marigold may have had the right ideal. So I think Whippet's going to try to knock Majestic 5 off balance, put a condition on her. Or quality on her. So that would be prowess. Well, I guess it would still be the same roll as the whip attack. So that's an 11 versus Majestic's prowess. Alright, so y'all have 3 free tappings of unbalanced.
Yay!
I would use them quickly because obviously she's not going to stay off balance for any real long time. Influencer, you're up.
Majestic 5 is the android, correct?
Yes, all the Majestics, as far as you can tell from talking with Carrion 3? Majestic 7. Except for the giant robot, which is just a giant robot. All the rest of them are and basically robots or androids with human intelligences downloaded into them. And then those androids are wearing armored suits. It was kind of the professor squeezing multiple projects into one project. You know, I'm working on robots, I'm working on armor. What if I had the robots wear the armor? Cut down on staff.
Unless I just happen to spot an E-impulse generator out of the corner of my eye, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen, I am going to hold back my attack and, probably the best use of me against an android is going to be to assist whoever goes next.
Okay.
If I can.
Yeah.
If
Yeah, you
they're
can definitely
doing
do
an
that.
attack, yeah, if they're doing an attack I can assist with. Because I'm not going to do anything that can touch her.
Alright. So you're waiting to see who you can assist. Scatter Boy. We're back up. Wait, I feel like I'm missing somebody. Who did I skip? Tomcat went.
What did the rook do?
That's right. I don't have the rook in here. Let me see. Do I have a token for the rook to throw down? Yes, I do. Let's give her a turn.
Feel better, baby?
And an initiative order. Alright. So for last round, we will say the rook was still checking on Glowstick. Now we're back to the top of the order. With the rook on an 11. She grabs glow stick up under the under the arms and drags it over to the tracks. And glancing around, y'all notice, the tunnel is blocked off at both ends, so it's not like a train's going to come through. And basically down, where there's a drop off down to the track, it's like she's dragging her out of a potential line of fire. She does tell you, Skater Boy, hey, please let's chit-chatting with the villain more knocking the villain out. But there's a slight smirk on her face when she says it, so you're not sure how serious she is. Alright, Skater Boy, you're up.
Yavold. And I'll run over and attempt to get a hit on Majestic 5.
Alrighty. Almost like he was waiting to do so, the influencer moves in with you.
And I will give a good tap of the off balance as well. Okay. And one trigger of my probability control.
So you've basically got three adjustments to put on this.
I think you're going to hit.
So...
Well, you can always put some of it on damage if you wanted to.
Okay, so if it is added to the 2 hit, it is
plus 2.
Or is it... Okay.
If it's added to damage, it is plus 1.
Then I'll do 2 modifiers to hit and 1 modifier to damage.
So it's a total of a plus 4 to the hit and plus 1 to damage?
Correct. So a 12 to hit.
Come on now. She can't make those kind of rolls. She's got a prowess of 3. Alright, that is a massive success.
Respectable.
Alright, and that will be a total of 5 damage.
Okay.
Which I think maybe we've knocked her armor down enough that'll put damage through.
Yes. 2 points go through.
Alright, then I need to roll the 5+ for knock away and knock out, because 12 over 8 is a plus 4.
Yeah, that is a massive. So roll your strength, or whatever your damaging power was.
Yeah, it was a 5, so bam.
And that's versus her strength, which is also a 5. Alright, she is not knocked back, and do it again for the knock or the stun.
No, same for the stun. Alright, she just takes the 5er.
Yep, which reduces her armor by even more. Her armor's looking a little dinged up, a little banged up now. Tomcat's going to get in there with his prowess of... Oh, did he have any martial arts? Oh, he did. Oh, and I meant to say he was going to be tapping one of the off balances as well. So that's a total of an 11 to hit her. And she dodges with a 6. So it is 3 more points of damage. That gets through. Ooh, she ain't looking so good now. And then his strength is a 5 and her strength is a 5, so that's just a little roll off. His is an 8, hers is an 11, so she's not knocked back. His is a 9, hers is a 7. So she is stunned for a round.
Everybody get her.
Then I'm going to have Whippet do something a little odd. She's going to tap the last imbalanced to then try to unbalance her again. Oh, but a minimum roll. So she used one imbalance. She used the last use of it to put one more free use on her. Boogeyman, you're up.
I'm gonna tap that last free unbalanced quality and give myself a +2 to hit, swinging right for one of those nice juicy dents in the armor.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the is the underarm arm Skater Boy created for me last session still in use? I forgot about it.
We're still on the same night, so I believe it would be.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're good.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna tap use that to give myself a +1 to damage.
Okay.
All right. So that would be 8 to hit.
Give yourself a determination point, as Majestic 5 is going to tap one of her qualities.
Gladly.
Out for number 1. Well, 5. So I'll give her a +2 to her dodging, or evading in this case, or parrying, whichever it is. And still you get a major success. Alright, so she takes 1 point of damage off of your swing, which means she takes 4. And she goes down. She goes down. There's some slight twitching.
She was defeated by the power of teamwork.
And a baseball bat to the head.
And this cool gun I found.
I am not gonna lie. That is the easiest time I've ever had dealing with a kill bot. Whew. Everybody, Boogeyman just gonna start clapping. Round of applause. Round of applause. Good job.
Every time Skater Boy hits somebody, I always picture him knocking them upside the head with a skateboard.
That is mostly what he does. Your view of Skater Boy is cartoonish, but not incorrect.
It's a little cartoony, but he's kind of cartoony. All right, silence falls over the... About that time, Majestic 7 comes through the hole, where the lift is, and lands, and Mr. Manhattan flies in after her. She straightens up. Oh, you beat up Carlene while I wasn't here. I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Did somebody at least record it?
I am willing to burn a determination point to say that I, in fact, have a body cam mounted into my helmet, and I can give her the footage later.
I'll allow that. That's the kind of editing that I think a determination can do.
Yeah, I'll send you the footage after everything settles down.
And then she walks over and starts taking parts of the armor off.
I'm like assuming you're taking care of like a trekker.
Well, I'm taking off as many of the weapons and power sources, as much as the power sources I can. Without the armor, our body, our android body, our robot bodies are not all that strong. I mean, like normal person strong, but. And she comes away with these pods that were on the side, kind of on the side of Majestic 5's belt. Without these to power the armor, though, we can just zip tie her and she won't be able to break it loose.
I'll pop out some zip ties and get her all trussed up. So I do need to ask, how hard is it to, like, permanently damage the personality files on one of y'all? Because, like, I would feel a little bit bad if we accidentally double killed her.
For lack of a better way to put it, our brains are basically in black boxes, almost like airplane black boxes. So it's we're not completely invulnerable. It's hard to do it on accident.
Okay.
From the dent in her helmet there, you probably bashed her head in enough that she may or may not be able to wake up without being popped into a new one. But a guy with a baseball bat isn't going to break the black box. Truthfully, I'm not really sure why the professor even put them in our heads. You'd think they could armor it better in our bodies.
There might have been like a philosophical conceit to it. The brain as a center of consciousness, so replicating it in an android form just made sense to him.
Yeah, I guess so. And when he was working on our bodies, he did like to have our heads sitting on the table talking to him.
I'm not even going to touch that. That just sounds odd.
Well, it's probably like the psychological thing where like doctors are considered more focused than veterinarians, even though they're both doing surgery, because like the personhood of the thing you're doing surgery on creates like a psychological process where you're more careful with like a person. It's like an instinctual survival thing.
That's true.
For over to one side, you hear the rook go, and, talking to robot heads on a desk isn't all that weird as mad scientists go.
He could also have like a robot Shakespeare thing. Who knows?
And Boogeyman's going to hop over, check on Glowstick.
She's starting to rouse up. Oh. Man, did I get one-shotted? I hate that. Oh,
Yeah.
and Mom was here. I'll never hear the end of it.
The rook was... Come on. I know you're like concussed, but you gotta keep it together.
Oh, yeah. And that's another something I won't hear the end of it.
It's alright. You're only in your like... What? Well... It has to be 20s. I was gonna make a lower number as like a compliment, but it has to be 20s because your sister's here. Oh, you see, I like do it too.
The rook's just giving you both. She's just mean mugging you both.
I am no longer the person she's most mad at in this room. I'm happy with that.
Until Boogeyman accidentally says that part out loud.
No one's perfect.
The influencer is quick to point out. Alright, so y'all are all up on your feet. You've got these little prefab... basically prefab buildings over to one side. It's like you have the little train station part on one side, you have the tracks, and over on the other side, on a wide area, you've got these prefabs done up.
And the tracks are blocked off on both sides, you said.
Yes, the tunnel is blocked off on both sides.
All right. Well, I guess we have our search area.
All right, who's taking the lead?
Boogeyman is going to look at Mr. Manhattan, the person who can take machine gun fire and not be hurt by it.
Oh, right. I guess I'm the hireling you're sending out to find the traps.
I mean, I wouldn't put it that way. You hirelings don't have a good survivability rate. You do.
Glowstick looks mildly confused.
Nerd crap, don't worry about it. It rots your brain.
And then you hear the rook. I think it's a D&D reference. So, yeah, Manhattan goes over to the little prefab buildings, checks the door. It doesn't seem to be locked. And he slides the door open. And while the train station area was pretty decently lit, shadowy over in the edges, but, when the building opens up, it's very brightly lit inside. Because, who wants to work in the dark?
Right.
As you file in, there's a bunch of computer equipment. Really, it's a fully set up lab. To most of you, it could be any kind of mad scientist something. For those of you with technical skills, you recognize this is probably a biology lab. Might be specifically genetics, but some kind of biology at least. You've got refrigerated areas for samples, incubators over in one corner. And the area you step in probably takes up about half the overall space of the prefabs. And there is a door leading, to, I guess you'd say, the next door unit.
Boogeyman's going to be taking photos just of everything. Checking the samples, then see if there's anything can tell us what the samples are, written on the labels, stuff like that.
Oh, let's see. You have samples. Let's see. They're all labeled. What name would stand out to you? The influencer's name is on one sample.
Really?
Skater Boy's name is on one sample. Like his actual name, aka Skater Boy. Ooh, would the influencer's name be on there? Curtis, do you know influencer's real name?
I never made. I only established that Mal Goodman was not his actual name. I never came up.
Oh, that's right, because I suggested Hal Badman is his actual name.
Right.
In that case, yours just says the influencer.
It would be kind of funny to have his real name there for everyone to see, and he's like, "Oh,
Eustace? Your name is Eustace?
It's like Kill Bill. It's like your name's
Beatrix. Her name was Beatrix.
yes, Beatrix."
Boogeyman, you also see a sample that says Primus with a question mark,
Oh.
and then there's a line through it underneath it that says unknown.
I hold it up to everyone as I then just immediately throw it on the ground and stomp on it repeatedly.
Well, he crossed Primus out, which means he probably figured out it wasn't the Primus.
I don't like anything that might have been confused for the Primus's DNA.
That's fair. She pulls a little vial. When you're done stomping it, she pulls a little vial out, uncorks it, pours it on there, and it starts hissing and bubbling. That's a pretty good acid. That should take care of it. I mean, unless it was actually the Primus, then who knows?
He is like the greatest hero of a generation. I love the guy.
Oh, a couple of generations.
Yeah, that's fair. I meant like he was made in, like he's the prime example of heroes of a generation. He's like inspired us all, obviously.
You hear Mr. Manhattan? Everybody always disregards the blue ensign.
Well, like, we don't talk about the Oregonian either, and he's like rough stuff, but it's just like, you know, the guy who gets all the pictures.
No, that's fair. You also find one labeled Kenneth Maxner, aka Mr. Manhattan.
So I pass it to Mr. Manhattan.
And he opens it up and like really focuses on it. Yep, that's me. That's me. I'm not surprised though. We already knew Adamatrix was working for him, and she's the one that experimented on me. So, well, she used my experiment on me. Hey, it's a whole thing.
I love you too, Miss Man.
And there are numerous other samples.
Like, don't destroy my sample. I need to see if he, like, figured out a cure for my stuff.
Oh yeah, not a problem.
We'll just leave that one in the incubator and come back later.
Also, if he wants to, like, clone me, I'm, like, pretty chill with that. Most of my clones have been pretty cool.
You have led an absolutely unfathomable life.
Like a Greek hero, everything but my heel was, like, dipped in the superhero life.
I mean, you're a fun guy. You don't have to have clones to have friends.
Yeah, but it's like from that movie. I can be my own best friend.
For arguments.
Majestic 7 is just watching you all. I always imagined the superheroes coming in and busting stuff up being more focused.
I mean, I'm sure some are, but God, I'm tired.
The Rook walks past you, Boogeyman. We can rest when we're dead.
Yeah.
And she moves over to that door and starts checking it for, traps or whatever.
That'll help her out with that.
Yeah, you don't find anything weird on it. It's not even locked.
And is it locked?
It is not.
B-Man just gonna open it up. Stand off to the side and push it open.
You push it open. You see Karen 2 in a tank in the middle of the room.
Gonna stick his head in, see if he sees any obvious any obvious, this will incinerate you if you step into the room the wrong way, booby traps.
There do appear to be some sort of devices on the end of mechanical arms hanging from the ceiling.
Ooh.
Like, you don't know that they're lasers, but they're kind of barrel looking, and I mean, it could be X-rays or some kind of scanner.
I'm sure they're just confetti cannons.
But yeah, they look potentially violent. They're not pointing at the door currently, though. Currently, they're all pointing at the tank in the center of the room.
Pointing at the tank holding the person who broke out of her tank the last time she was in it.
Also, sitting at a computer bank on the other side of the room, up on a little, like a fat platform is like maybe 2 feet higher than the base, floor. You see an older, kind of short gentleman. And as the door opens, his chair rotates around. He has a monocle in one eye.
Hello. We'd like to take a moment to speak to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I was going to say Dr. Evil, I presume. But
and you also see a man up on the monitor that he was talking to.
Any details on the man?
He's in a very nice suit. There's a very nice, you can see back behind him, a very nice office. Like CEO looking office. Let's see, what time of day is it where y'all were at? Y'all had gotten a relatively early start with the searching, so it's probably midday at best. So it's probably night wherever this guy is. He's speaking with a Russian accent. And basically just goes, Professor, I see you have company. Very interesting company. But yes, I'll get the equipment you ordered. I'll get all that straightened out. Please, go deal with your guests. Boogeyman, give me... I guess just a straight intelligence.
No investigation needed? Or law?
Yeah, I guess investigation would be collecting information. Yeah, go ahead and count the investigation in. Let's see, this guy is not really world famous, but in certain circles.
Oh, nice. High five?
Alright, that's a massive success.
Blanky, sure.
So you recognize the guy on the screen. You hear the rook mumble his name too. Dmitry Volkov. He runs a company called Volkov Industrial Technology. And it is based out of Kaliningrad Oblast. Which is this little piece of Russia surrounded by other European countries. That's on the Black Sea, North Sea? No, it's on the North Sea.
Mr. Volkov! I'm sure the good people at home will be very interested to know why you are on a phone call with someone who is, appears to be party to a kidnapping.
I know nothing of such things. He's just a professor that buys equipment from me.
Uh-huh.
And if you're speaking of the young lady in the tank, I believe that's a clone he's creating. At least that's what the professor has told me. But obviously, if it proves to be a kidnapping, have the American Embassy contact me, and I'll happily make a statement for the trial. No offense, Professor. And mostly, Dimitri seems to be amused. You know, his attitude almost seems to be like, "Ooh, superheroes, how neat." And the professor that you're just having a conversation over his head now. He's like, "Yes, Dimitri, that will do. Thank you. Until we speak again." He hits a button on his chair arm and the video goes off. Boogeyman, the Rook.
I assume Prometheus.
Oh yes, you may call me Professor Prometheus. Colorful nicknames being the being the culture we find ourselves in. I suppose
So how's this going to play out?
Well, I assume that you're here for young Karen.
That would be the case, yes.
You'll notice the devices on the ceiling above her.
Mm-hmm.
They're capable of quite a few things. They are mostly scientific tools, but they can be used as weaponry, which is currently how they're set up.
I expected nothing less.
I assume my Majestic 5 is disabled?
Yeah, you, well, I'm not going to give you tips on how to improve the armor, but, you know, it crumpled.
I can make better armor, but it's more of a cost-cutting feature. And she is supposed to be the stealth one. But you had impeccable timing in showing up, but I only had one of them here.
And I'm guessing you probably already called in the rest and they're on the way here right now, right?
I may or may not have contacted them. So we seem to be at a little bit of a stalemate. You consider this clone a friend. I have weapons pointing at her. I am, of course, not a physical threat to any of you. But if you come at me, then obviously you know what will happen.
Well, I suppose the best thing you could possibly do at this moment is let her go.
I was just thinking the best thing that you could do at this moment would be to let me go.
I'm not really keen on the idea of letting a very accomplished geneticist and engineer who apparently has some sort of grand ambitions of uplifting mankind, blah blah blah, no offense, just kind of trying to speedrun this, letting him run away, especially whenever you apparently have a giant death robot stored somewhere. By the way, the giant death robot looks fucking sweet.
Everyone I've shown it to has been impressed with it. Even that young team, the Primes, when they were admittedly pummeling it all about the head and shoulders. They seemed quite impressed with the design. It was somewhat inspired by Japanese designs. But
I mean, whenever you're dabbling in giant robots, when aren't you gonna pull on a little bit from it? But seriously, let her out before I break your kneecaps.
Let me go, and then I can let her loose. You about to say something, Curtis?
Oh, I'm debating on if I'm going to do something stupid or not.
All right, so you're debating that. The professor continues. I was very interested in seeing why she was alive and capable of thinking. When I initially grew her, well, the clone essentially came out brain dead. You know, some automated functions going on, but that was it. But then, given time, she seemed to recover. My real interest is just studying to see what it was that had happened. My previous attempts to download someone's mind but alter the recorded memories, well, they've all resulted in failure, but this one actually got back up and could think. There's a little brain damage. Her math skills may not be quite on par with original Karen's, but... Oh, he wouldn't call her original Karen. He'd call her original Miss, whatever her last name was. McKinley. It's quite fascinating. It seems to be the physical alterations that I made with young Mr. Maxner's research that may have inspired that healing. But I've satisfied my curiosity. I have no actual need of her now. You can have her back. If, of course, I can leave.
And I just kind of, y'all can beat me later, but I'm just kind of going to look at him and I'm going to say, I think you're going to come with us. And I'm going to do my stupid thing and try to influence him.
Okay.
Knowing damn well that he probably has safeties to prevent that.
All right. Yes, he does. All of you, as the influencer disappears, you see a field in front of the professor. Basically, right at the edge of that little 2-foot platform that him and the computers and stuff are on. It like springs up, or not springs up, but it starts to shimmer. So that's effectively mental resistance. So added to his willpower, not his reason, it's his willpower. Or his intelligence, it's his willpower. Okay. Alright, so he resists. So influencer, you reappear where you were at, where you faded out. To everybody else, it looks like you faded out and then faded back in. And you could feel some resistance getting to him, and by the time you pushed through that to his actual mind, he was able to rebuff you.
So, when I reappear, I will finish my sentence with, please.
I'm sorry, Mr. Goodman, but I have far too much research to do, or too much work left to do. The boogeyman here seems to understand what I'm doing, but do you understand why I'm doing it? Behind you, boogeyman, you hear Glowstick mumble something about because you're crazy.
Boogeyman's just gonna hold up a hand waist high, just do a little sort of hand gesture.
But the professor's still waiting there, you know. Boogie, he had asked you if, you know, you'd figured out what he was doing, but do you know why he's doing it?
Well, ego obviously plays a role into it, but I'm assuming because after everything that went down with the whole rift in space-time, you are trying to find a way to ensure that humanity has a better chance of surviving any similar situation, because quite frankly, last time was a crapshoot that we all didn't just die horribly.
He nods, yes. And the war in space, the people in space that we were assisting, they didn't ask our militaries for help. Our militaries would have been useless. What did Earth have that was effective?
Superhumans.
Exactly. And the superhuman population fluctuates greatly. Of course, we've only had, 70 years or so to research that. We don't know how the population was throughout history. But imagine how safe the planet would be if the entire population were superhuman.
That becomes kind of like a crapshoot too, because that's kind of like, how safe would we all be if everyone had a nuclear weapon? Like, we could get rid of any problem, but also like everyone has the ability to be the exact same level of problem.
That's been true throughout history, though. Amongst ourselves, nothing really changes. Everyone's still on that even platform. With a few individuals probably fluctuating one way or the other. I mean, but we're talking averages here.
Right, but like, the planet doesn't get stronger. Like, the thing you're suggesting is like dangerous for like a one planet system.
Well, with the advancing in technology, the chances of us being only on the one planet for much longer is slim anyway.
I want you to ask yourself, how unfathomably lucky that the people who are in the same weight class as the Primus or whoever was in that vial I smashed out there was not in fact a serial killer or a genocidal lunatic.
Or just somebody who is developmentally or emotionally unstable.
Like, there's a better argument to be made that superpowers shouldn't exist at all than there is for everybody should have superpowers.
If we were just talking about Earth, you might have a valid point. But when you look at the wider galaxy and all of the things with unusual amounts of power, we'd be leaving ourselves helpless without them.
Well, like, even then, it's like, we already have equal firepower. Like, we're already a deterrent. You just seem like addicted to the idea of having more.
I will make the world safer. Oh, and Boogeyman too. As far as your percentage chances of this, that, and the other, if you'll notice, it seems that most of the really heavy hitters, not just one or two, but most of the truly heavy hitters tend to be of a more benevolent bent. I think that may actually come with this increase in power. A sort of perfection of the individual. It's only a theory. But the math seems to swing oddly in favor of responsible people. So far. there is somebody I'm keeping my eye on.
So who?
Again, there's confidentiality. But anyway, as far back to our standoff. If you let me
Jason.
leave, you may have Karen. You may have young Karen here. Oh, do you have my other Karen back there? Majestic 7 kind of half slides behind Mr. Manhattan. You about to ask something, Miracle?
She's her own. Oh, I was going to ask, does Mr. Manhattan have blasty powers?
Yes, you have seen him use hand blasts before.
That's right. What are the odds that he would be able to take out both those turrets in one shot?
They're not in a straight line. I mean, he can fire to both hands. Though you've never seen him do multiple targets at once. So you really don't know what the odds are. You know he can do the blasty, but you also know he tends to punch things. Or grapple them more than anything else.
And M7 does have ranged weaponry, correct?
Correct. She has got, I believe, repulsor type blasts. And shoulder-mounted weaponry that can spring up as like micro missiles.
I'm going to roll my head back towards them. Pause for a very meaningful second before rolling my head, sort of indicating the turrets, hoping they understand what I want them to do. She's her own person, Professor. And hopefully I helped to make sure that she stays her own person.
Well, she was never not her own person. She just had to pay me back for medical services rendered and the equipment that I was loaning.
Well, you kind of lied to her about, the initial Karen being dead. And also you had a control collar?
She jumped to conclusions. And the control collar for my own safety.
A live omission. That's some standard fairy bullshit.
He just kind of goes, fairies. Don't even get me started on those extra-dimensional squatters.
Hey, their fourth dimensional placement is on top of ours. They, do technically live here. Or they're X-dimensional, I guess. It's not really fourth, but, extra-dimensional placement.
He's like, yes. I'm having quite some issue with fitting them into the unified laws of reality that I've been working on. As far as your plan, Boogeyman, you get a slight nod from Manhattan. And you see him kind of focus, over at the mounted weapons. But Majestic 7's wearing a helmet. It's a little harder to tell what expression she's got, but her head turns that direction, slightly that direction as well.
Oh, yeah, the unified theory of reality. And have you read the paper by Dr. Fukuyama suggesting like a nesting doll state of existence.
Yes, he's waiting for that. He's waiting for some of the peer review to come in on that. It is an interesting theory, though. And as he's talking, the rest of you see Manhattan give Majestic 7 like a little 3, 2, 1. And then they both turn and open fire on the turrets. And it's stationary targets. We won't bother with actual rolling. So sure enough, they blow the turrets off the ceiling. The professor is like mid-sentence talking about, something about those papers and just stops. Oh, that was well done. But I think I've delayed long enough. I think the other Majestics have likely completed the tasks I gave them by now. He stands up out of his chair and sort of stretches. And this dude is he's 5 foot on a good day. In fact, he's wearing boots with not real big heels on them, but enough heels to give him an extra inch or so.
Completely on brand.
Can I attempt to do something?
You may.
I will attempt to pull out a gadget. Rank 5.
All right. What gadget are you pulling out?
The please don't do that inator.
And what does that
It
do?
is a rank 5 power nullification gun. The ability that reduces powers. Because I suspect he's about to attempt to teleport.
Okay.
I would like to burn a determination point to give him an assistance with remembering where it was, because we talked about it
And
earlier.
I will pop a determination for the qualities. I was like so smart once, because I can tell when a supervillain is about to teleport away, because they always try.
All right, ready? All right, so that would give you a +2 on the roll. Boogeyman helping you remember where you put it when y'all were talking about it earlier. That'd give you another +2.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the intellect roll and then add 4 after I roll.
All right.
So
The number you need is a 10.
It's a 7 + 4, 11.
Yeah.
So you go to reach for one pocket, and Boogeyman's like, no, I think you put it in the other one, and you reach over there, and out it comes. Now, does it look like a pistol? Does it look like a gun with like a satellite-looking dish something on the end, or what does it look like?
It looks like one of the 1960s bubbled out alien ray guns, and it comes out and then has like a bar that's a rounded, very bubbly plastic rod at the end, and then 2 of those little pylons come out forked with like a little weird arc of purple electricity between them.
I can picture this.
I'll get you a bigger one. Mm-hmm.
I will attempt to fire it off when I'm able to.
All right. So he stands up and stretches. You dig that out. And when he sees you digging something out, he turns and goes for one of the control panel, something on the control panel. Let me look up. I forget. Is that something you've actually got to roll, or is that just something they roll against? Oh, I think you probably have to roll to hit, and then they roll to resist it. Nullification. Yeah, coordination versus coordination to hit the target. If successful, subtract your nullification level from all the target's power levels. Alright, so give me a coordination roll. Versus the professors. Oh, he's actually got a half decent coordination for a brainy guy.
Uh, 13 to hit.
All right, you got a 9. All right, so you see that field in front of him, spring up again. Only this time, when it becomes visible, it's like how brightly it becomes visible fades noticeably. But Skater Boy's instincts were slightly wrong. He's not teleporting. When he flips a switch on the console, that entire little platform area with the computers and the chair and stuff that he was standing on rotates around. Like one of the Scooby-Doo walls where you have a chair and like something and a picture on the wall and it would all just rotate around.
I love how cool that was.
That is cool.
So now it just looks like a blank wall over on that side. And from the positioning of like the buildings and stuff, that would have been up against the wall of the train area. Boogie, you hear the rook next to you. I've never seen an actual villain use one of those. I mean, secret doors and stuff. The entire rotating platform. That's new. He was older looking though. That would explain a retro style.
Yeah, true. And he's gonna go over to the pod with K2 in it and start trying to open it up and get her out of it.
Yeah, the controls are fairly intuitive.
I'm going to throw it out there that it's pretty clear he's got his sights set on the Primus, I think.
Well, if you're going to make superhumans, you might as well make them the best superhumans.
Yeah.
Either that or Unison really annoyed him one time, so he's doing it just to get at Unison. Because Unison has probably had nightmares like that. Everybody's the Primus.
Probably so.
Alright, so you open up the pod. Liquid flows out. I mean, the pod had partially drained, as it was opening. But there's still some splash. Karen comes kind of falling out of it.
I'll attempt to catch her.
Yeah, you catch her, no problem. Her eyes open. She starts kind of gagging. Ends up pulling his hose, that was run down her throat. And then she kind of coughs him. Looks down and sees that she's not wearing much. They had her in some kind of like medical smock kind of thing.
Yeah, Boogie just will take off his coat and hand it to her. The zipper's kind of hidden on the inside of it, but yeah, you can. It'll be a little bit big on you, but it'll work.
Yeah, she shrugs at me. Let's see. I think where was she? Oh yeah, she was with Whippet at a restaurant when she got kidnapped. So yeah. So she wouldn't be in her uniform, or wouldn't have had her uniform. Where am I? Wait, we were getting jumped. We were getting jumped at the burger place.
Yeah, a guy named Professor Prometheus. He's the one who grew you, kidnapped you, we're friends with. Does she know that we're friends with M7?
No, I think her kidnapping and y'all finding M7 was like either the same episode or back to back episode or sessions.
Okay. We're friends with M7. She is technically an older computerized clone of the initial Karen. Long story. Was working as a robot slave to the guy who made you, Professor Prometheus. She's free now. I got a little thing installed on her that'll hopefully keep any override protocols from kicking in or being sent. And he just flipped around an entire bank of computers and a little rotating trap door thing to get away.
I missed a lot.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. You two can catch up if you'll want later on. Apparently, the other Majestic robots, were off doing something else. I thought he was sending them to come kill us, but they might still be. We don't know yet.
And then she kind of leans forward. Hey, is that the Rook?
Yes, that is the Rook. Yes, she is terrifying.
Wow. I knew who she was before, all this happened.
Yeah, she's been in the game pretty good while.
The Rook narrows her eyes slightly as you dance around, almost calling her old.
Right now, he's gonna lean in a little bit closer. Gator Boy apparently had a thing for her back in the day. It's a whole mess. They've been low-key kind of flirting this entire time. It's really weird.
He does know you have really good hearing, doesn't he? I lean over to Tomcat.
Well, considering he's whispering it, quotation marks, like air quotes, loud enough for you to hear. And I'm pretty sure the people in the back. Other Karen, did you hear that? Yes.
Boogeyman's just gonna start laughing. Okay, let's get out of here. Anybody want to do a quick ransack of this place?
Yeah, I think I see some of my dirty laundry in the back that you might have missed. I'll go get it.
I've had to deal with this since you ran back into her. This is retribution.
All right, so you do kind of a ransack. And there's more samples. Any chance he got to get samples from superheroes or villains, he did. You find samples that, based on the labeling, were probably government property at one time. The Rook suggests it could have been any number of government super soldier programs.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it standard practice for Steer, try to call him Steer, to take genetic samples of their members?
No, that is not standard. If you're a hero in good standing, they don't even necessarily know what your real name is. Now, if you were on the Spear team, if you're on the actual Spear team, you said members. If you're on the actual Spear team, they might be a little pickier about that. But as far as just registered with Spear, and the Primus never gave them a sample. He was quite particular about that.
So in theory, getting it from the government, they could have quite a collection.
Yes, because genetic samples are taken of any villains caught. Purely for, prosecutorial reasons. Obviously, they're not experimenting with all that data. Nobody collects data like that to misuse it.
No, that would be unthinkable.
So yeah, lots of samples, data on the computer that will take some time and some work to get out. Though most of what you initially find was him studying Karen to figure out how she had woke up and whatnot.
And we don't find, because I was always like, why Karen? But we don't see anything that says.
Not really.
It was just convenient.
Yeah, in the file he has on her on the computer, you find that video that her husband had put up, back when he was a kid, because he lived in the street of her practicing with her power that he had put up for just a little while and then taken down in the early days of the internet. Which has come up before, and you kind of figured that was how the professor probably caught wind of her having an ability. But no, she just seems to have been
just convenient.
Yeah, it was just kind of a target of opportunity. And then those kinetic powers were kind of useful. And the Karen 2 experiment was mixing Karen's genetics with the experimental procedure that was done on Mr. Manhattan, which is why Karen has a mixture of enhanced physicality, projecting she's got the radiation projection. Kind of like Mr. Manhattan, but she does hers from her eyes. And then she does that, manipulates kinetic energy. As the strengthening of her body seemed to strengthen, those genetic abilities that Karen already had. Really, it's fascinating stuff if it wasn't the fact that he was, experimenting on people without consent.
Mm-hmm.
The science itself, fascinating stuff. His scientific ethics, severely lacking. As you make your ways back outside the laboratory, you see a now headless Majestic 5 over in one corner. Still zip-tied.
Yeah.
Majestic 7 is like, that must have been one of the errands he sent his people on. Now that means they got Carlene's black box, so if he's got a spare body handy, he'll be able to just pop her right in.
Hey, quick question. I didn't notice it on the schematics I looked over, but y'all can't join together into some messed up Megazord kind of deal, can you?
No.
Okay.
I think he had toyed with that ideal, but all the engineering, it was extra complicated, so he just built a giant robot instead.
That would have been cool, though.
She's like, yeah.
They all have to go into the control room of this big giant robot and take off their heads and mount them on the control panel.
Why a robot size? You don't know, but she's size. That's kind of what Chad was trying to talk the professor into. He wanted us to pilot the robot, giant robot. That's
God,
Majestic
poor Professor
12, the big. She goes, bulkier blue guy. He's the one that did the kidnapping. So Whippet would nod her head, knowing who she's talking about.
And I suppose we are walking.
But yeah, y'all go back over to that cargo platformer thing and back up into the house up above. I guess you could call in and report this place to somebody if you wanted to.
Yeah, I gotta phone it in.
So a little bit later, Spear shows up. The Rook and Glowstick will make themselves scarce before Spear shows up.
Mm-hmm.
She's not wanted by Spear or anything like that, but she doesn't tend to associate with him too much. She's got this whole distrust of the government thing going on.
Mm.
So yeah, Spear shows up, floods the area. They're taking notes. They've got people, trying to go into the computers. Eventually, they get that rotating thing to do that little half rotation where they can, walk in and out. Basically, he had an escape tunnel back there, probably with some sort of little rail-based vehicle. Like he may have had some rocket sled that could use the rail lines. Yes. Let's see. Had y'all made any reports to them about Miss Manhattan?
No, I don't believe we actually had.
Okay. All right, then they just accept her as... Because, she's been in the news a couple times of late. Oh. Give me awareness rolls.
My greatest asset.
I'm sensing sarcasm.
How's chewing an entire pack of gummies at once working out for you, Miss Ma'am?
Pretty good.
It's going good? Okay, I trust you.
Gloriously. Ignore
It's
the...
very clearly going.
Ignore the gummy-infused saliva running down both sides of her mouth onto the floor.
How did you know?
Because I've tried that myself before. Though I'm actually pretty sure I could pull it off today. Back when gummy bears were invented, though, I could not.
All
right.
Invented like you were alive then.
I don't know. How old are gummy bears?
That's a good question.
Okay, these two are mine, Goober. Go.
Okay, 1922. It was a little before my time. Oh, Haribo actually invented them. Huh.
But you were around for the absolutely baffling cartoon show.
Yes. And I was quite young when I can remember the Black Forest gummy bears actually starting to show up in convenience stores around here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you had made some reports to Spear about the professor in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes,
Because
he already knew about him a little bit.
Yeah, and y'all been busting up some of his hired help mercenary type supers that he'd been juicing up. So they're happy to get their hands on a base. They're very interested in that Majestic armor. Even with the head missing, they can't wait to start re-engineering it. So you needed a 6 on the awareness. Influencer got an 8. Boogie got a 9. Scatterboy got a 6. You notice one of the field agents keeps looking at Miss Manhattan. And at some point leans over, hey, doesn't she look like so-and-so? Yeah, oh, crap. I don't have so-and-so's name written down here, do I? Basically, they know somebody from the academy that they think she looks like.
Boogie's gonna step between them and her and just sort of drag a hand across the throat, just knock it off.
Oh no, she just looks like somebody we know. Oh, I know how bad. Oh, that does sound kind of bad. We'll get back to work. But once you've given a statement, you're free to go or whatever.
And I let them know I will send them over video footage with Professor Prometheus's face and all that after I edit out anything inconvenient.
Well, they're not sure they like the sound of the inconvenient. What do you mean by inconvenient?
I leave the inconvenient portion out.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're not telling them that. That's just what you're going to do after you've got you.
Yeah.
As soon as I edit this video for anything I don't want you to know, I'll send it to you. Yeah, okay. So what is Boogie going to edit out of it?
Probably a bunch of names.
A whole bunch of names. Well, they're gonna get their hands on computers with information about Miss Manhattan's a clone, so no point in tearing that out. So yeah, just basically gonna edit out the names.
Okay. All right, so y'all fall back to base. Let's see. Do you need Tomcat for any kind of debriefing?
Do you like pecans? All right, eat it up. Yeah.
Gummy bears, pecans. She's just stuffing herself today.
Sounds like good treats to me.
I am a fan of both gummy bears and pecans. I've never had them together, but yeah.
Right.
Much rather her eat a little bowl of pecans than another bag of gummies. They're not like big packs of gummies. They're like little Halloween mini-sized treat bags.
Might be.
Oh yeah,
might
make
taste
sure
a little
they're
bit
under
like
10
Crisco
milligrams.
if you
She's a
mix
child.
Mike!
them.
We
Hey,
has a mic.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
You
hello.
okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good.
Oh, your voice just sounded really rough.
Oh, my voice just gets like that lately. I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
probably
I'll
just
lower my voice some more.
it's probably just old age. We're all getting there.
Yeah, right.
blame it on the season. The change in the weather.
I wonder because this does happen. I feel like this happens out regardless of season. But maybe I'll ask my doctor about that or something.
All right. Well, I figure out what I have done.
Your best.
Now that is true. That is always true. Well, not always true, but fairly often true. All right, let's get that. All right, let's get the window set up right. All right, Mike, to get you caught up, They wrapped up the fight with Majestic 5 down in the unused subway station. Exploring some of these like prefab buildings that were built up against one wall. They discovered a biosciences lab or a genetics lab with samples from numerous heroes and villains. Some of the samples were government property at one time, so probably part of the old super soldier programs. They found a sample of the Influencer, Skater Boy, Mr. Manhattan, one that was labeled Primus ? And then that was marked out and unknown was written under it. That caused a slight panic. And then Boogeyman smashed it up and the Rook poured acid on it.
On all the samples or the Primus sample?
The Primus sample. In the next room, they found Karen 2, Miss Manhattan, in a think like a back to tube kind of thing, you know. Not unlike the one she originally woke up in. And they met in person for the first time Professor Prometheus. There was also some Russian oligarch CEO guy on the monitor behind him. They had a brief talk with him too. He claims to know nothing of law breaking. He just sells technologies and equipment to the professor. I mean, he could see the girl in the tube behind him, but you know that was a clone he was growing or something. Yeah.
Okay, have we just encountered them? I noticed they said Matt and not 5.
Well, the professor is a thinker, and you know, he's not physically intimidating. He's maybe 5 foot in his boots with the heels on him. But no, he was hiding behind a force shield. There was some talking, and then the entire little platform he was sitting on, you know, rotated 180 degrees, and he escaped down his escape tunnel.
He did mention something about having his eye on a specific hero, which we, you know, assume is Primus.
There was a discussion about the pros and cons of him wanting to elevate all humans to superhumans. And he mentioned the fact that your really, really heavy hitters tend to be benevolent, and how he thinks that's more than just a statistical anomaly. He thinks there's actually some factor involved that tends to make those people, you know, people that are amped up like that just tend to be a little more benevolent. But he mentioned there was one he was keeping his eye on, so you don't know who he's referring to there.
That sounds like a next season problem.
Yeah, it's kind of planning that. Yeah. Not even gonna lie. Yeah. The person he was referring to. I'm planning on using him next season. But anyway, so the professor escapes, kept y'all distracted long enough that somebody showed up outside and took Majestic 5's head, which sounds bad, but remember she's a robot.
Well,
And basically the black box that keeps their memories and stuff is encased in the head.
So so basically when we went back up, we saw M5's headless remains.
Right. But that probably just means he's going to take the black box and pop her into a new body at some point. It was a retrieval, not an execution, despite how it looked.
Got it.
Then y'all called in, and y'all ransacked his lab and got some information on the computers, and then called in Spear. So Spear is securing the facility now. Rook and Glowstick took their leave before Spear had showed up. Whippet would know her mother's not real trusting of the government.
I remember, of course.
Tomcat hung around for the Spear thing. Apparently he knows the local Spear guys fairly well. But when y'all fall back to y'all's base, he takes his leave of you and goes back to do whatever Tomcat does when he's not hanging around with y'all.
Tomcatting about.
Yes.
Doing Tomcat things.
What was the name of that song? Was it Tomcat Strut?
That was Stray Cat Strut.
Stray Cat Strut, okay. I was close.
I'm sure it's the same idea, though.
Uh, so yeah, and once y'all get above ground, you get back in touch with your radio's kind of cut off some when y'all were underground. The reception was iffy. So you get back to base and Offerman. You know, he's wanting a full report. You know, he's a little disappointed that y'all didn't catch him. But watching Boogeyman's footage, you know, okay, he had a big force shield. There wasn't really much he could do. Mr. Manhattan brings up to you, you know, basically, what are you going to do with the Karens?
Is that an existential question?
What do they want to do?
Well, Miss Manhattan just kind of wants, I don't know, a life. I guess she's like, I guess I have to get a job. Because I'm kind of in my 20s now. But I'm also kind of like one. But I only remember up to being 14. What would I even put on a driver's license?
I suppose I could help you get started working on a GED. Unless you want to try to do 4 years of high school.
At 20-ish.
I'd be real popular. But I'd be older than the boy. No, actually, I'm younger than them. This is all very confusing.
I'd suggest not dating.
At least for a while.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
Oh!
And you're not sure which of the two, or maybe both of you, she makes that reference to.
But I bet Futuro would be more than happy to help get her set up.
Offerman's like, well, you know, I mean, you know, we've offered her use of a room here, especially while we're sorting all this out. And the villain that's after her is still on the loose, so you know that offer remains open. We would have to resolve the age thing before we can offer her a job or anything, though.
Yeah, is there any I don't know, is there any legal like Supreme Court precedents on the legal aging of clones and whatnot?
I kind of look at Opperman and it's like, well, you know, if Futuro can't help her, the next option is going to be Sphere. Do we really want that?
You're right. You're right. We should be able to help her. I'll get the legal department looking into the specifics of the whole age thing and getting her a legitimate, you know.
Yeah, she'll need an ID, a social security number, all of that stuff.
Yeah. She's not the first clone that's ever popped up. There should be some sort of legal precedent.
Yeah, well, because she's lab grown, it's going to be a little different than like magic ones. But yeah, there's some stuff. But like, by and large, the government tries to like shy away from it.
He's like, yeah, they mostly try to pretend that it didn't exist until, you know, mind control satellite, and then they kind of have to deal with it. And let's see, and he's sitting there thinking, and technically Karen 3, robot Karen, that sounds dehumanizing. This Karen over here, and he points to Majestic 7. You know, there's plenty of laws on the books about, you know, general intelligence AIs, so her is a little easier to deal with. Yeah, because you've got that one down in Louisiana, and you know, probably a few others scattered around. And not being biological, the whole age thing doesn't really factor in there as much.
I mean, if she only remembers being up to 14, that might be a case that would be her legal age would just pick up from her last memory. Because biologically, you could be however old, but it's the maturity and the emotional content that
Well, you say that, but like, if you go into a coma when you're 14, you wake up when you're 18, like, you are still 18. But you have to, like,
that's
go through a
true.
rehabilitation period.
That's true.
Oh,
There's
like,
no
we could
4
probably
years of
treat it a
catch-up.
lot like that, actually, of her last memory is 14, but she's been technically in a medically induced coma.
Over like he's jotting down notes. I'm just going to hand this all over to the legal team and see what they come up with. Oh, might get Dr. Tyler involved as well.
And maybe we can get a consult from legal.
Was it Tyler or Taylor? What was his name? I'm suddenly blanking on what I named y'all's doctor. It was either Tyler or Taylor.
I think it was Taylor.
Yeah. Because I was stealing the idea from somebody else I used to game with. He did a Dr. Tyler for a Star Trek game one time. That was what I was thinking about when I made the character.
Which scientist is this again?
Dr. Taylor. Oh, he's y'all's doc. Here in the building. Yeah, that's just somebody Offerman can go and talk to just right now, and face to face, and get some ideas. But he assures the Karens, he'll get the legal department working on that. They will help them get set up like that.
And which Karens are actually with us right now? There's Miss Manhattan.
Miss Manhattan, who I think y'all had dubbed Karen 2. And then there is Majestic 7, the one that's the downloaded mind and a robotic body inside the armored suit. That is Karen 3. Because she was the third Karen y'all ran into.
And it sounds like there might be, like, a Karen 4 at, like, a spear agency somewhere.
Well, that is
Go ahead.
the original Karen's daughter.
I was wondering if any of y'all remembered that. Yeah, OG Karen had mentioned that her daughter was training for spear.
And OG Karen is not with us. She's at home.
Probably not in the hospital anymore.
No, she's back home. She'd be back home by now.
This could be the next campaign arc. We could have a K squad or something.
4 Karens
We'll
and
have
a
a season.
vampire who is one of the aforementioned Karens.
We'll have a season where we each play a different Karen.
It'll be like Reign of the Supermen.
Yeah, one of them was kind of mechanical, somewhat. One of them was a clone.
Who's the real Karen?
Though one of them was just a dude in armor, so,
Yeah, that's her daughter.
Oh, that's fair.
Who's essentially the same, but a different person.
So who's the impersonator that is somebody that Karen knew?
Whoever Curtis plays.
Yeah. It's got to be an AI that Karen knew, but now in an organic body. Weirdly, it's in
Really, the campaign rates itself.
Yeah, and in a superhero setting, you can make all that weirdness work. The only problem is you might end up abbreviating the campaign with 4Ks, and that might be confusing. So we might want to shy away.
Oh no, yeah. Yeah, we lose
don't
one.
want
And
someone
we
getting the
immediately
wrong
have to recruit
two. And your adventuring makes the news a little bit. It's not really front page, main story stuff. Because, none of your fighting that you did was out in public. There's reports of the Visionaries busting, a zoo gang, drug stash, and running off a mad scientist, The reports, the reports that night don't have any pictures of Prometheus.
Those darn mad scientists.
Because you haven't gotten the Yeah, we got the video footage to Spear, so nobody at Spear could have leaked it to the media yet. But, you know, so it's good press. No mention is made of the other heroes involved. Which, to be fair, you know, nobody really saw the Rooker glow stick.
And did Tomcat
They
want
may
to be
not want to
mentioned?
be mentioned.
You don't know that he really cares. I mean, he talked to the Spear guys, which is where, you know, so Spear and the police would be where the news was getting their information. But the public statement just said, you know, probably just said Visionaries and local heroes. And then the news just ran with the Visionaries because y'all are kind of the hot topic. So Mr. Manhattan hangs around for the little debrief. Then he takes off. Do y'all want Majestic 7 to go with him because she had stayed with him previously? Or do you want her to stay here with other Karen? Or do you not want a concentration of Karens in one building?
My instinct is to say, let her choose.
Yeah.
In that case, she'll decide to hang around with y'all. She would like to talk to the younger Karen. For, you know, an extended period and alone.
Reasonably certain she's not going to try and kill her or anything.
There can be only one. Alright, so the meeting breaks up. Offerman runs off to, you know, talk to the doctor and get legal started on all this paperwork. Carol announces that her shift's over. She'd actually hung around late just because she wanted to be here with the debrief.
I tell her thanks for sticking around a little bit longer.
Well, you know. Do what you enjoy and you'll never work a day in your life.
Oh, yeah.
She's like into the superhero stuff. In that, you know, I am safely in my control room kind of way of being involved. But anyway, her relief's been sitting in the room, so she's good to go. Dennis, I believe it was. Alright, so y'all break for the evening. You got your evenings free to do whatever. Whippet, before your mother left, she said y'all should probably get together and talk at some point. In a more casual environment, which, you know, from her means, you know, in civvies as, you know, yourselves.
While she's still in Detroit, or is she expecting a home visit?
She didn't go into that kind of detail. It's just we need to get together and talk at some point.
All right, well.
If you need me to, like, come along and make it super awkward, I can.
You've got that covered. Don't you worry.
Yeah, but, like, super awkward in a way that, like, flusters your mom. And, like, not, like, just fights.
I have to admit, I've never seen her. I don't know if I've ever seen my mother flustered.
You'd never seen her somewhat flirty, but she was somewhat flirty with Skater Boy.
That,
Like,
say thanks, but no thanks.
like, not super flirty. She is a married woman. But definitely flirtier than you've ever seen her with anybody else. You know, if she wasn't like, you know, putting on a role in her civilian identity.
It's true. No one knows that the Rook's married. That could be part of the cover.
Everybody in y'all's little squad knows now.
That's fine. We're bound out to have. Ooh. Okay, interesting. I blurred my background. I'll just leave it that way. No, that just looks weird. Sorry.
It just looks like the camera is very focused on you.
Yes.
I've been tempted to do something I saw one of the YouTubers I watch do, where he took a picture of the shelves behind him, but then green screened it so you have a zoomed in version of his shelves behind him.
Oh,
So
cool.
it'd be like take a picture of that, but have it zoomed in enough where you could actually read the titles on the book.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I just looked up that you have to have a Nitro subscription for customizing backgrounds.
Oh, Discord, huh?
What a surprise.
All right.
I would suggest, because Jason kind of gave me this idea when he pointed out the news said visionaries and local heroes. You know, as a team, I think we need to visibly start blending into Detroit. You know, maybe go catch a Lions game or something. So that we feel like local heroes to the city and not just implants. Or at least like we belong here.
I can only imagine we've done like some kind of PR type things like that, but what Bit says, you know, I've actually been thinking about moving out of the tower.
Really?
Actually, like getting my own place. Yeah, I just feel like this is a great setup, but it feels awful. Like living here as well as working here feels kind of ivory towerish in counter to. I mean, we've got enough trouble getting accepted as like, you know, honest Detroit heroes. As is, or so I imagine, at least, Jason.
I'm not gonna lie. That's what I like. That's what I kind of like about it.
Well, okay, different strokes.
Influencers
Anyway,
like
I do agree.
influencers like to stand at the window looking at the little people on the ground. They're like ants down there. Offerman standing behind him because they are.
That's what we want to hear from our superpowered people. They're just like ants.
Hey, could be like the new gods. The new gods on New Genesis, where they literally call the people that aren't them bugs.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And even Unison after the war was just like, I am actually the greatest military asset that can possibly exist.
It kind of is.
Can't argue with that.
There should definitely be arguing. No one should walk around going, I'm the greatest military asset to ever exist.
Made someone coming up behind him, remember, just whispering in his ear every now and then, remember, you will die.
You are mortal.
But I do agree with what influencers said in general about wanting to fit in more with the city.
Mm-hmm. Well, Whippet had made that attempt before to go out and meet Detroit heroes, and it backfired, and they ended up talking about her and not the local heroes at all.
Y'all should just do what I do and like go out and skateboard with people. It's like super fun.
Well, that's good. I mean, you're actually living your life. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't know how much I have left of it, so like, yeah, I'm really in.
Skateboarding for me might not be living my authentic life.
That's fair.
What?
I mean, how would you all feel about doing a recruitment drive, getting some of the local talent. And I mean, we've worked with Tomcat a couple of times.
It's true.
Have we? Yeah. Has Vitro even tried doing that?
No. I think you've mentioned it in passing to Offerman before, and he was like, I'd have to go to the board with it.
There's obviously local talent here.
Yeah. Well, there's also expensive. How many
Yes.
people do they want to hire? I mean, we got a 4-person team that's doing great.
Just food for thought. But Whippet is serious about wanting to move out.
But and to Whippet's credit, the more local contacts we have, the more we blend in locally.
Ooh, Whippet could get a roommate. I bet Karen's looking for an apartment. Maybe even both Karens.
Not a half bad idea. I can kind of get into
I
that.
can just picture the parties.
I bet Karen 3 wouldn't even need an own bedroom, just a closet with a plug-in for recharging. Be great.
Still has to pay 50% of rent though.
Well, 33.3% repeating. There's 3 y'all in there now.
Yeah, but
Even
Whippet's
if one
going
is
to make
technically
Karen
14.
She's going to make Karen's pay her rent. Even though she probably has money of her own, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah. Remember, Whippet was getting paid more than any of the rest of you.
Yeah.
And y'all were going to do something about that, but, supervillains showed up and stuff got, more important things got up and distracting you. But anyway, the night goes on. I assume all of you eventually make your way to bed.
Yeah, I'll flag. I'll flag the possibility of being roomies with. It was Miss Manhattan, right? That's the one that's
That's the biological one, yes.
or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the one that's physically in her 20s.
Or we're biological peers.
Yeah. Where Majestic 7 is the one that was in her 20s or 30s when she was in that accident and the guy walked up and copied her mind or whatever. And, she thought she had died, but oopsie.
Oh, is the original Karen who went through the accident still around?
Yes, that's the one that was in the hospital.
Okay.
She still has a noticeable limp from the damage she took in the wreck, but yeah, she recovered and she's went back home, raised her kid, Yeah, she was only in the hospital overnight for observation because Majestic 7 didn't rough her up, but gave her a push when she was emotionally distraught. But yeah, Karen likes the idea just fine. I mean, obviously she's got to get a job at some point. But
All right.
So later that night, let's see, who's it going to be?
That doesn't sound good.
Let's start. Well, it's going to be all of you, but I got to start with somebody. Let's start with Skater Boy. Skater Boy, you're the oldest guy on the team. And with that age comes certain experiences, certain wisdom, and a need to get up in the middle of the night and take a whiz.
Multiple times. Just saying.
Just hypothetically. So you get up, you shuffle across your room, you open the bathroom door. But when you step into the bathroom, you're now standing in the hallway of the building.
Do I feel a disorientation, or is it just the building is different?
It's like the building is different. It's like you're positive you stepped through the correct door into the bathroom. I mean, you were a little drowsy doing it, but not drowsy enough to have walked out the front door instead.
So, like, is this transdimensional location, or am I just, like, on something? I will go ahead and
It's an LSD flashback.
I'll just walk down the hallway slowly, being like, do I recognize, like, the placement of plants or something in the hallway to be like, I know what hallway this is?
You don't know what hallway this is. It's like you recognize it as it's the Futuro building. And it's obvious, it's obviously recognizably the Futuro building, but nothing looks quite right.
Are there any letters on the walls or anything readable?
No, not in this part of the building.
If I turn around, is the bathroom, or is it my bedroom still there?
No, it's just the wall, the hallway wall.
Oh, this is like dream stuff. Oh man, I'm bad at like dream stuff. I'll start exploring.
All right. Boogeyman,
Yes, sir.
you wake up. You are standing in the lobby of the building.
The fuck?
Boogeyman is wearing his helmet and his boxers. Oh, and black socks.
Well, that's just how he sleeps in here. So, totally unsurprised.
You sleep in your socks.
And
My
it's
feet get cold! Where'd that voice come from? I'm going to look around. I'm going to try the front door of the lobby.
It's locked. You can look through the glass. It's very dark and misty outside. And it's dark here in the lobby, too. But you can still see. But it's like it's darker outside and this weird mist. Seems very menacing. Well, and like I said, the door's locked. So
I'm going to start looking around for a light switch because I am not about to start shouting for people to come by. Because this is not good.
So you cross the lobby, and it's clearly the Futuro lobby, but man, it seems big. I mean, Futuro's got a decent sized lobby, but this seems a lot bigger. But you do find the light switches, but flipping them doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay. What was in the empanada I ate before I went to bed? I'm just gonna see if I can't head back up to my room.
All right. So you go ahead and up the stairs or the elevator.
Just on a lark, I'm gonna press the elevator the call button, see if it comes.
Elevator opens.
Up the stairs.
So you start up, you look up, and there's like this endless spiral of stairs above you, but you start your way up. Influencer. You were in the cafeteria eating.
Oh, late night snack.
When it occurs to you, you don't remember coming to the cafeteria. Last thing you remember, you were crawling into bed.
Huh? What am I eating?
It's all breakfast foods, but it's lots of breakfast foods. Like more than you would have gotten for breakfast.
Huh?
It's almost like you took an entire Shoney's breakfast bar and condensed it down in front of you. In fact, at that point, you realize the table looks like a little breakfast bar.
That's odd.
Yeah, you didn't even realize it was odd before now. But now that you're focused on it, yeah, that's not right.
And I'm assuming I am alone
Yes, the room is empty.
in the kitchen. I mean, I guess not surprising in the middle of the night, but still. This feels really weird. I'm going to look in the kitchen, see if there's anybody in the kitchen.
There's not. Now there's food out. Everything is out looking like it should be work. Somebody should be in there working it. You just don't see any people.
That is odd. I will, I guess, slip out and head back to my room.
Okay. Whippet. You are chasing someone.
Yes. Oh, is it my mom?
You don't know. You're just, there's movement and a rustle of a cape. It could be your mother. It could be some costumed villain. It's like you were chasing them over roofs, across alleyways. They dropped. You just managed to catch the motion of them dropping. Between two buildings, into an alleyway. You leap off, whip some piece of architecture behind you, use that to lower, safely, at speed, but safely, safe speed. Drop down. As you hit the ground, when you straighten up, though, you're standing in the hallway. One of the hallways of the Futuro building.
I wonder if whoever I was pursuing was a porter of some kind.
You also realize the rooftops you're running across. Those are some of the rooftops from back home, not in Detroit. The architecture is different. It didn't really click with you as you were chasing this person.
Probably remembered seeing a local landmark of some kind. Okay, well, that would indicate that. I feel like that would be just enough of a hint to at least be wary of the possibility of like some kind of dream manipulation thing. In which case, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to if I am like in some dream state, I might try to hypnotize myself in order to snap out of it, using my whip as like kind of like a metronome sort of thing. And I'm willing to power stunt this with a determination point.
Okay.
Whipping it good, as it were, to do so.
Fair enough.
Is there a roll I should make of some kind? Willpower, awareness.
Let's see. Yeah, let's make it willpower.
Okay. And let's see. I don't think I have any. direct specialties. Would the whipping, the droning whipping rhythmic sound be enough for a +2 bonus, perhaps?
Well, you were giving yourself. No, you were power stunting.
Oh, that's right. That's just.
So that would be that would be basically what it was doing.
Gotcha. All right, willpower away. Do I have a roll for will? Yes. Yeah, not a great roll.
All right.
Actually, as shitty as a roll, it's actually as bad as I can get with
Yeah,
willpower.
that was a minimum roll.
So,
Yeah, just
presuming
say-
that does not work. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was trying to find something. I didn't pull it up in advance because I thought it'd be easy to find when I needed it. All right. Yes, your plan unfortunately does not work.
It failed massively, in fact.
Yep.
So I am all in on this being real. In which case, I gotta find whoever I was pursuing. I'll start like whipping all the doors open.
Okay.
Or
Like
just,
like
door to door.
this is still clearly weirdness going on.
Yeah.
But where you were thinking it was a dream, now you're like, maybe it was more of a teleportation thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's still the whole, you don't remember how you were back home. Yeah, it's clearly something's odd going on. You definitely don't manage to wake yourself up, though, if this is a dream. So yeah, you start whipping doors open. There's a lot of doors in this hallway, more than you remember the Futuro building having. But maybe you're just on a floor you're not familiar with.
What do I see when I open the doors? Is there even are the rooms even distinct at all, or is it all the samey kind of look?
There's a few kind of samey looking rooms. A few rooms that is just utter blackness in there where you just can't see anything. You just get this impression of emptiness.
Do I feel spooked out by this darkness? Because if I were running away from me, a dark room could be a good place for an ambush.
There's something creepy about it. Something threatening about it.
Well, I will. Do I find a light switch?
You can feel around inside the door, for one.
Yeah.
As you flip it, though, nothing seems to happen. And you realize the lights in the hallway aren't on either, but you can see. I mean, it's like it's dark, but you can see.
Right. Well, I'll just strike blindly into the room.
Okay. As you walk into the room, you start to be able to make out furniture. Like there's a couch over there, and there's a coffee table here. It's like it's almost like it's the living room of an apartment, but just the living room. Like there's nothing's branching off of this room other than the doorway back into the hallway where you step through.
Is this a room I used to live in?
No.
Okay. Don't recognize.
Boogeyman.
Yes, sir.
You have gotten up to the top of a stairwell and realize you don't have. You remember starting up the stairs, but you don't have. It's like you started up the stairs and now you're just here. Like you don't really have distinct memories of each step you took.
Not abnormal, but nothing about what's going on right now is normal.
Yep.
I'm gonna punch the wall.
You hit the wall, your fist stops. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't make the proper amount of noise.
I'm going to look down the stairwell, like just a gap, like right between all the stairs, and think, what would happen if I jump off? Nope, nope. And I'm going to ignore that impulse and step out into the hallway.
No intrusive thoughts today.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Influencer, you're walking down the hallway. You said you were heading back to your room.
Yep.
And you keep waiting, like you know the pathway from the cafeteria to your room. Why do you keep ending up in these hallways that you're not familiar with? Like you feel like you've been walking around in circles.
And did I bring a sausage roll with me?
As you think about it, oh yeah, I did. Whether you actually had before or not, you're not really sure. But yeah, it's there now.
That is bizarre.
Then a door to your left opens, and someone steps out, saying something about Satan. You look over and you see Boogeyman in just his socks, boxers, and his helmet.
Thank God I don't sleep naked.
Well, you're fully clothed. You realize you're in your like superhero outfit, except with bedroom slippers. And Boogie, you step out in the hallway and see the influencer.
Influencer.
Hold up the sausage roll. I guess I was hungry.
Mm-hmm. And I apparently sleepwalked to the lobby, and it's spooky outside. And, my sense of spatial awareness can get kind of screwy after, so many repeated blows to the head since I started doing this. But, not as off as that stairwell was, or the lobby, or I assume the hallway also looks familiar but wrong too.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you clothed and I'm like this?
I don't know. I don't even remember going downstairs to get food.
Well,
I wear comfy shoes and I'll wiggle my feet.
Well, either something was seriously wrong with that empanada I had, or supervillain bullshit, maybe. I don't know, or maybe gas leak, and this is some weird Jacob's Ladder thing as my brain is slowly suffocating on on carbon monoxide.
Well, if that's true, then we're on the same ladder? Which doesn't sound right.
There is a little pain in Boogeyman's chest. It's a movie based on a book.
No, I get that, but we wouldn't be experiencing the same.
Oh, okay, yeah. But have you seen anybody else?
Nope, I'll take a bite of my sausage roll.
I'm gonna smack the sausage roll out of his hand. No weird spooky food.
Skater Boy. You are moving down the hallway. Though at some point, and you don't really know when it happened, you're no longer walking down, you're slowly riding your skateboard down the hallway.
Well, this is still like better than most. So like, when are the aliens gonna show up to tell me like not to do what they did?
About that time, you hear a slap. Don't eat the spooky food. Coming from around the corner.
I will turn the corner.
You see the influencer in his full costume, but with like house slippers. And Boogeyman staying there in black socks, his boxers, and his mask. Or his helmet. Apparently having just slapped something, having slapped a sausage roll out of influencer's hand.
Oh, hey guys.
Skater boy. Could look him up and down. I assume he's fully clothed as well.
How does Skater Boy sleep?
In his Skater Boy brand jammies. They're the like the pelt, the kind of sleep pants with the button in the middle. But they also have like little like knee pads molded onto the knees.
Nice.
The man is proud of his merch. I can't fault him for that.
Gotta respect the hustle.
There's a brief sleep kneeling fad in the 90s. Most people don't remember anymore.
Wasn't that part of a cult?
No, it wasn't like
That's why everyone wanted to forget it.
So you see him in his pajama bottoms and and on his skateboard.
What was the last thing you remembered, boss?
like getting up to use the restroom after we had like a 47% successful mission.
And I had some dinner in my room and went to bed and woke up in the lobby. And our good friend here was in the cafeteria, apparently.
Oh, so are we like all on the same like Jacob's ladder? Are we all dying?
Maybe? Or like maybe we're just it's just one of us who's dying and the others are like representations of the people in the person who's actually dying's life. I don't know. Worst case scenario, it's actually kind of a Silent Hill thing.
I take a minute and put my hands to my chest and then my butt and then slap my thighs. Oh no, I feel like a little too anatomically correct to be like fake.
Punch a wall. It didn't feel like it didn't. Punch a wall. Whenever I punched a wall, it didn't hurt as much as it should have, and it sounded weird. Like I just did it. It wasn't like an anger thing. It was just like a test of my current reality kind of thing.
Oh yeah, like I don't like ride a skateboard to piss. I'm pretty sure we're dreaming.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like glad you think I like stick to the bit that hard though. It is kind of like nice to think about.
I mean, he's gesturing towards his Skater Boy brand jammies. By the way, we're gonna get some of those. Those look really comfortable.
Oh, I'll like hook you up. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, with Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in this quaint little living room with no exit
Looking
doors
very
other than
gloomy.
the door you came in. It's like it's darker in here than it was in the hallway, but it's not the absolute blackness it looked like before you stepped in. And weirdly, you can still kind of see where everything's at. And then you see Karen's head poke up from behind the couch.
Oh,
This is Miss Majestic, Miss Manhattan. As far as which Karen it is, and then she sort of straightens up and scoots out from behind the couch.
is she in? Does she have a cape on?
No. What would she be wearing?
For that matter, what am I wearing?
You're in full costume.
Okay.
Remember, you started off running across rooftops.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's see. OG Karen would be in her 40s. So I'm going to say this one is wearing My Little Pony pajamas. Like the design looks like little kid pajamas. But Karen looks like she actually, she looks 20 something, and the pajamas fit her. And now she's just kind of looking like, what? Where? Why are you in my parents' living? Wait a minute, where's the kitchen door?
You said this was your parents' living room?
Well, yeah, the furniture kind of is.
Okay.
I used to sneak down here and watch TV, after I was supposed to be in bed. And if I heard the folks get up, I'd hide behind the couch. But I've been too big to do that for. And then she turns and kind of looks. There's no way I was just behind here. There's not enough room back here, though. Am I dreaming?
I thought so too for a little bit, but it feels awfully real.
And then she looks down and sees what she's wearing. Oh. Man, I had these when I was 10. How do they fit? Yeah, I think you're right. I think something's going on. Wait, how do I know you're real?
I'll whip just enough to almost just like that she feels just the slightest impact on her cheek.
Okay, I felt that. She reaches down and kind of pinches herself. Yeah, but this isn't waking me up.
Well, I don't know. Do you think extreme physical shock would snap us out of it?
Are you saying I should punch you? Oh, but that wouldn't prove anything, because then I would just, that just means I'm the real one.
Whippet once more going to the solution of, what if I just hit you in the eyes with my whip?
But gentle.
Have you been out? Have you been out there? I mean, it looks like we're still in headquarters, but I don't know, it just feels off.
And then she runs and she kind of peeks out. Yeah, I don't recognize the hallway, but it looks like one of our hallways.
And yet, this room looks like the home you grew up in.
Well, sort of. And, she mentions the doorway to the kitchen's gone, and, stuff's wrong about it, but yeah. And she just sort of woke up already behind the couch. So,
well, if this is a dream, if this is an induced dream, then whoever's inducing it may be drawing from our collective memories, which means somewhere in this building is bound to be at least our other teammates, if not everyone at Futuro. But then again, no one sleeps here besides us and the security guards. Well, hopefully they're not sleeping, but you know what I mean.
she's like, yeah. Though I guess if somebody was controlling our dreams, might be able to put people to sleep. Or maybe
wait, didn't we just encounter someone who had that power?
Miss Manhattan has it. But yeah, when you ran into was it Vampirette? Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Yeah, her
The
partner-
part she had. There were two people robbing that place at the same time. It was her
That's right. They weren't
and
partners at the time. Oneroy.
Yeah, something like that. Honoroi, however you say it. It's a Greek word. And yeah, I think he was. If you remember right, I believe he was putting people to sleep as he was combating you, or trying to put you to sleep.
I'll yell at his name. I'll yell at that name. See if anything happens.
Laughter echoes through the hallway.
Does it sound like Oneroy?
You never heard him laugh, but it could be him.
Oh, well, that's.
We knocked him out too fast to hear what he laughs like.
Yeah, he was quite
Yeah, we
upset.
should have tickled him first.
He was quite upset about going down like a chump. I think he put one of y'all to
the
sleep
hallway.
and then got knocked out. Yeah.
If I guess my next action would be to step out in the hallway and just start whipping things, just to I don't know, just to root myself in some kind of. I don't know. I'm just looking. I'm looking for Onaway now.
Yeah, so you're walking down the hallway. Kieran's following behind you. You're just kind of lashing out with the whip.
Yeah.
Boogeyman influences Skater Boy. As y'all sitting there talking, you start hearing the regular cracking of a whip.
Whippet, please, for the love of God, tell me that's you.
You hear that whippet?
Yeah. Recognize the voice. I'd say, yeah, it's me. Karen's here too.
Hi.
Cool.
Where are you at? I'll run towards the set.
Yeah, you run around and there's a corner. You round a corner. You see Skater Boy in just his pajama bottoms and his on his skateboard, and Boogie's in his boxers and his black socks and his helmet. Influencers in his costume with slippers.
Is that your face on those pajamas, Skater Boy?
I
Or
mean,
is it just his
like,
brand logo?
down the thigh there is. There's not my face, but like a little like image of me when I was younger skating, just kind of like in the middle of a flip. Like,
Okay.
yeah, they advised against putting it on the front or the back for obvious reasons.
That was good thinking. Anyway, did you hear that laughter?
None of you heard the laughter. Just Whippet and Kieran.
I
No,
was
and
just
like,
thinking.
I'd normally like catch that because this is way quieter than my normal dreams.
I just had a thought. If we're in some kind of induced dream state, who do we know that has powers related to dreams and or sleep?
God, there's a ton.
The Insomniac, Daydreamer, Night Sparkles, but he's a hero.
This is
now.
what I get for asking a stupid question to superhero veterans. How about Onoroi, the one we just fought a couple months ago?
Oh, right.
I called out his name and I heard laughter. I don't know if that was him, but you didn't hear that.
Well,
I
he
did.
did. Yeah, nah. Onerous, that you? This you, dude? You
The
feeling grumpy about getting
name
folded like
is
a...
Honorary. It's mythological, you cretins.
Yeah, I know it is, asshole. I don't respect you as a person, though.
And about that time, down the hallway from you, it's like big metal doors slam down, cutting off the hallways.
Mm.
You know, like the big, dropping doors in Star Trek or Star Wars.
I went to Get Smart, but that works too.
The blast door. Oh yeah, but Get Smart's a good example. Just big metal doesn't fit in with the decor of the hallway. And then those blast door looking things start sliding towards you.
Oh boy.
Now what are you gonna do, smart guy?
Yeah, we're gonna you smart guy. Screw you.
We tell 3PO to shut down all the compactors.
Right?
Let's whip at the floor. Let's see if we can break through the floor.
We don't need a floor. We just imagine a trash chute.
Even better. Does it work?
Who tries? Okay, who's trying what? When Whippet mentions the
gonna try to
floor,
imagine a trash
Karen
chute.
starts, or Miss Manhattan starts beating on the floor, and he's causing some damage.
I am going to focus on the gears for the shutter doors malfunctioning, so they just stop.
Okay. Influencer, what are you focusing, or what are you doing?
I'm going to look for a trash chute that I just know must be there.
All right, Whippet, what are you going to do?
What I'm doing now.
Oh, that's right. You said you were attacking the floor too, so you and Karen are focused on the floor. All right. Let's see. We will start with.
Whatever wall might have been a smarter choice, though.
We will start with Whippet and Karen. Whippet, give me a willpower roll. +2, because Karen is aiding you, because y'all are focused on the same thing.
All right. Roll 1d6 +5 +2. Still rolling crap.
All right. You are actually you are doing damage to the floor. You don't make a big enough. You don't break all the way through or make a big enough hole to get through yet. But you're making that. You're making progress.
Okay. Play fast enough.
Boogeyman, give me a willpower roll.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to tap regular guy in an irregular world for a +2 to that roll.
Okay. This is definitely an irregular world at this point. Number to beat is a 10.
And that was 10. Meet it.
All right, so y'all tied. Or are you adding a +2 to that?
That was with the +2.
Okay. So 10 total. All right, so that's a tie. So you hear the sound of gears grinding against each other, and the doors are slowing down some, but they're still moving. Skater Boy, give me a will roll. Oh wait, what was Skater Boy doing?
Opening the door to the bathroom.
Oh, I think I forgot to ask you what you were doing.
Yes, you did, but it's all
My
right.
bad. All right, so you're opening just some door in the hallway and focusing in on it being the bathroom. All right. Give me a roll.
Does a cult have anything to do with this?
I'll say yes. I'll say Skater Boy might have been in a similar situation before.
Alrighty then. An 11.
Yowza. You yank open the door and it's your bathroom.
Ha.
Influencer, give me a will roll.
Certainly.
8 is the number to beat. Beat a 9. Oh, there's the trash chute over there. And it looks just like the little trash chute they jumped in from Star Wars, just inexplicably in the wall of a Futuro hallway.
Of course. It's probably in that Star Wars language. I forget what it's called at the top of my head, but
there's a name for it, I guarantee you.
there is. And I've heard it many times because I'm a Disney fan, and they talk about it a lot in Galaxy's Edge, but I do not remember what it is.
Yep.
luckily the time of needing to be respectful about it is long past.
All right, so you see the trash chute. There is an open door. There's a hole in the floor, but not one that goes all the way to the next floor.
Hey guys. Oh, yeah, wait to the.
All right, so influencer's pointing at his trash chute. Skater boy is standing in front of an open door to a bathroom.
I honestly trust the bathroom more than the trash chute. Trash chute. So Boogeyman's gonna go with the bathroom door.
All right, so Skater boy runs past Boogeyman runs past Skater boy into Skater boy's bathroom. Influencer, where are you going?
Well, in the interest of keeping the team together, I will go to the bathroom also. I mean, into the bathroom.
Okay. Whip it.
How much room is in there?
I mean, it's like a nice bathroom.
Okay, in that case, if it's like assuming it's a carpet bathroom, I'll assume there's enough room for everyone.
Yeah, it's a little tight, but everybody can squeeze in.
I guess we wait for the walls, for the doors to shut.
Sliding down the trash chute would have been fun. The landing would have been great.
Wouldn't be my first trash shoot. Or shoot of some kind.
If this is Karen's like, if this is a dream, would we smell the interesting smell they would discover down there?
I don't ever recall smelling anything in a dream. And that's in and out of character.
Boogeyman's gonna focus on getting himself some proper clothes on so he's not just standing around in his goddamn underwear.
Give me a will roll.
No.
Failed and you are now naked.
Nope, you are still standing in your boxers. And now your boxers are bright pink with red hearts.
Ooh.
You like, okay, Boogeyman?
Yeah, I was just trying to get like some pants on, but honestly can't say I hate the boxers.
Oh, well, like, and I'll take, like, well, no, we're going in turn order, but. I'll wait my turn.
So y'all all squeezed in there. Karen pushed the door shut behind her. And you hear that grinding sound of the gears, and finally kind of a boosh, like the two walls have come together. And she's like, this is the only exit out of the bathroom.
Yeah. Just, like, open it back up to the main hall. That's, like, where the door leads, so, like, just open it.
Wouldn't your bathroom door lead back to your bedroom, though?
No, it leads to, like, the main hall.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. So she says that and focuses. So are y'all concentrating on it trying to be the main hall?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So if everybody's focusing, let one person give me a will roll with a...
Who's got the highest willpower?
Yes, it'd be a +4, because one person helping would give a +2, and then two more would give another +2, so that'd be +4 total.
Whippet might be the one with the highest willpower, but it looks like people already rolled.
The last roll I see is the one I made.
Okay. I've been rolling crap, but I do have a willpower of 5.
I have a willpower of 6.
All right.
Sounds like it's Boogie, unless...
That makes sense.
Unless Skaterboy's got something.
higher than mine.
Okay. So 6 + 4.
That'll be a 10.
And you need to beat... Ooh, that's not a good roll for me at all. So 8. So you beat it by 7. So colossal success. That door opens up into the main hallway. Which feels a little off, but visually looks like the main hallway.
Thank you.
Like what y'all think of as the main hallway, you know. The hallway you all have to walk from your rooms to like the conference room or the cafeteria. Karen steps, oh, that kind of worked.
Dream logic bullshit.
Nice try, Shay.
So, like, who wants to smoke now? Because, like, it doesn't hurt your lungs in a dream.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, yeah, sure.
Are you
Good
sure?
look, I just finished. I just came back from a heroin bust. How lucky of me.
So, like, how do we wake ourselves up? And then she kind of starts slapping herself.
We probably have to, like,
This is some power bull crap. We're probably gonna have to find him in the dream, and I don't know, like, kick him hard enough that it breaks his focus, and that'll break his control over us.
If we all
am I on the right
concentrated,
track?
if we all concentrated together, could we bring him to us, or maybe go to him?
Maybe.
yeah, he's
Bad
probably
again.
like in his room.
I mean, it might be a bit of a stretch.
I
but-
imagine he sees us.
You broke up there a little bit, Mike.
Oh, if I had to guess, we'd probably find him in the CEO's office.
Oh, yep, probably.
All right, so how are y'all going to try to do this?
Have we ever been to the CEO's office?
Oh, yeah.
I know
At
the
least
way.
one.
Not that I'm a snitch.
Let's just form a vision circle and try it again.
So y'all form a little sort, almost like a football huddle. Karen's like, do we need to click our heels together or something?
Doesn't hurt.
If it, like,
Whatever helps you concentrate.
Visualize, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all focus again. Somebody give me a roll. As Karen's clicking her heels together, and at some point is suddenly in red slippers.
Would I add the +4 again, or just straight willpower?
If everybody's focusing on going to the same spot, you can add it.
Okay.
It's all focus.
12 is the number to beat.
Be funny if we were all in red slippers.
16.
Any of you that want to appear in the CEO's office in ruby slippers can do so. Or silver slippers if you're a fan of the book.
Is the only option to appear in ruby slippers or not at all?
Ruby or silver, depending on whether you were a fan of the movie or the book.
Or the sparkly tornado slippers from the Wicked movie.
I have not seen that.
Very well then. Ruby it is.
Karen implanted that in your head by asking about clicking your heels together.
These are not as comfortable as my slippers.
So, just to help y'all remember what the guy looked like, you find this guy standing behind the CEO's desk.
Ah, yes.
Cape flaring out in a wind that the rest of you aren't feeling.
Boogeyman's gonna start making a dismissive jerk-off motion with his hand.
Ornery just looks. Now you got me calling him that. Ornery just looks at you, Boogeyman, and kind of gives you the up and down, like the way you're dressed.
Hey,
Love-
this is on you, dude.
Love the boxers.
Thank you. They're actually very nice. I think I'm gonna order a pair after we fold you like a laundry basket again.
But I have to ask, is that really appropriate in front of the young ladies?
Hey, don't you worry about what's appropriate or not appropriate for us.
Hey, like, unlike you, they know how to keep their eyes up.
We live by our own rules.
He just sighs. I can't decide if I want to fight you all here, or if it would be more fun to make you chase me. Thoughts? I'm asking the room here.
Oh, I'm saying fight.
Ah, come on. Boogeyman's just gonna crack his knuckles.
Be like, bring it, Opie.
I mean, like, chasing you would be, like, kind of fun in, like, a Scooby-Doo kind of way.
Oh, that is true.
We
And
already have
since
a strange hallway.
Since it's a dream, the music can play. Because I don't know about you guys, but my dreams frequently have soundtracks.
Yeah, can you make, like, a 6-door hallway where they, like, kind of, like, cross up with each other a whole lot and we could just chase you?
Honestly, you do that, I might just let this whole thing slide.
He gets this sour look on his face. That wasn't the sort of chase that I meant.
Yeah,
I meant more of a classic labyrinth. God. They sent the reject heroes to Detroit, didn't they?
How is Hanna-Barbera not, like, classic to you?
You know Scooby-Doo killed that company, don't you? Well, not him properly, but all the knockoffs they did afterwards. Completely lost their dominance, and then he realizes he's talking about cartoons and superheroes. It's like, he tries so hard to be taken as a serious villain.
With a
But
name
we
like
won't let
Opie, it's
him
never
be.
going to happen.
Finally, he's like, never mind, forget. And he draws the cloak in together, and when he flares it back out, multiple hymns come charging out at you.
Okay.
Grand total, there is like one apiece.
Does that include Karen? So there's now 6 of them? Wait, did I...
Five of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Did I make a... Okay, no, I did not make a... I did not make a token for him, so we shall simply use this guy. Alright, the rook is not with y'all now. For simplicity's sake, we'll just stick with the same initiative I already had. Oh, wait, it's after 4. We probably don't want to start the entire fight right now. So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap here with the combat starting.
Yay.
That way I can have a token for him next time.
That should be a fun fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I've got some stuff planned for him. Dream logic and all. Well, I hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed it. Hope anybody at home that comes by enjoyed it. I hope the bot that did come by doesn't come back. I hope you join us again in 2 weeks. I mean, not the bot. I know he won't. I banned him. And we will do this again. Again, I was your GM for the day, Jason, and with me has been Mike as Whippet.
See ya.
Taylor as Skater Boy.
See ya.
Curtis as the Influencer.
Laters.
And Marigold as the Boogeyman.
Thank y'all for joining us.
And we will see y'all next time.